Of course, the stage is set in football with the number 2 Buckeyes and the number 10 Hurricanes in the Cotton Bowl. Here's the head man of the Buckeyes with his opening thoughts.
This is a really talented team. I mean, really talented. They got players all over the field. And so I think our guys knew that. I think they knew that both teams playing were good teams. But once you get done with the game, you finally know who you're playing. So that, you kind of get, focused and targeted, and there's a lot of carryover. Some of the guys on our team know other guys, the guys on their team, and grew up around them. So they're excited. There was just an energy yesterday in the building as we got to work. And so these guys are excited to get back in here today for practice.
Well, they're not the only ones that are excited, no doubt about that. 2 of the biggest brands in the sport. We've seen some titanic clashes in years past between the Buckeyes and the Hurricanes. What are your initial thoughts here as you think about this battle between Ohio State and Miami?
Can it get here tomorrow? Like, that's my first thought, because you're right. You think back to the Maurice Claret. Is it a PI? Is it not?
Yeah.
And we were playing back then, Anthony, when these 2 teams met in the national championship. And I think college football is better when Miami's in the postseason, and it's been over 20 years since they've been in that stage. So Mario Cristobal leading a team that is tough in the trenches, and that's where I go first. I mean, think about the last time Ohio State played, and I love what Ryan Day said after their game against Indiana, and then in advance of this one. They know they had to clean up some things, which is pass protection. They gave up 5 sacks in the backfield against IU in the Big Ten title game. That's not going to happen in this game. But what changes do they make? How do they adjust? Do they move the pocket? Do they use a little bit more pistol run game? Do they try early misdirection plays? They have so many skilled players. They got to do something, because this Miami front 7 is real. I mean, they're one of the top in America. Like, that's where we are in the playoff. But that is the strength of the Hurricanes, is causing havoc in the backfield. I can't wait, because Ryan Day's team's going to have an answer based on last time they played. I expect to see that one early in this ball game.
And you think back to that Big Ten championship game, there was a level of duress that we saw Julian saying under that we weren't necessarily accustomed to it. It seemed like he wasn't necessarily accustomed to it either. How did you feel like Sayin himself handled some of that Hoosiers pass rush pressure? Because it did look like he was able to still find ways and avenues to make plays, even though he's not a guy who uses his wheels much.
He didn't flinch. I got to see him in New York City at the Heisman. That's just who he is. We talked about Dante Moore early in the show here, the arc of a season, the growth of a season. Julian Sayin's a redshirt freshman, and to watch him from Texas to IU and now watch him now take another step, I can't wait. I think he's going to be surgical in the game. I expect him to play his best ball. It helps that he has one of the best weapons in all of football in Jeremiah Smith. We know Carnell Tate. We know this tight end group, the backs, etc. But you're right. He is elite. And I think at this level of the season, you have to have someone special. You have to be surgical. He is that. And I think that's also going to be the challenge on the other side. Carson Beck, can he be that against Caleb Downs, against this defense that's been elite? I mean, they'd lose the Big Ten title, but then they give up a ton of points, a ton of yards. So I expect Ohio State to come out victorious. I think they're the better team. And I think they've got just elite players across the field. The impact defensively, I think, will be the biggest storyline, as you see here. And Caleb Downs, of course, being the All-American that he is, he'll be right in the middle of it like usual.
Malachi Toney, such a weapon for Miami, and how they try to utilize him offensively. Do you see Caleb Downs being the key cog and trying to keep Malachi Toney under control?
Yeah, I think him, Arvell Reese. I mean, the speed of Ohio State defensively is what really stands out. It won't be perfect. Look, Miami's going to scheme up plays for this freshman. But, yeah, I expect Caleb Downs to be near the line of scrimmage. He'll be all over the place in this game like usual, but especially when you have all the lead-up time like they do in advance of this one.
The run game was really something that you can make the case was perhaps even underutilized for Miami. But in the end, their defense was able to control the action. We know 2 of the best defenses in America, especially those edge rushers for Miami. As we continue to break this film down, Yogi, there's a lot to look forward to. A lot of NFL talent will be on the field. I know you love that as well as I do.